is the nuclear family under attack, or are we exaggerating the issue? Right. So just a little bit of context around that. Um, if you listen to, I tend to listen to people across the spectrum, right, politically and whatnot, because I love to hear different sides of opinions, right? So on one hand, you hear a lot of people on the right, like I want to say conservatives, but also people who may not be looking at it like politically, people who just look at it religiously, um, who basically consider like they look at the nuclear family and they look at the way things are moving today, and they feel very strongly that the nuclear family is under attack. And then on the left, you listen to people, and I have debates with friends and whatnot, and they feel like people on the right or the religious people are just exaggerating it. It's not that serious. No one wants to come into your home and do this, blah blah blah. So we hear on both sides, like we're hearing differing opinions. Um, and so I'm just curious what you guys think. Do you guys think it's under attack? Do you think it's exaggerated? Do you think it's in the middle? Um, yeah, I just want to start off with that just to get a feel. And also, I think I'm gonna drop the link early today as well, because I really would love the audience feedback on this as well. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna just get started with my boy Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think no, it'd be disingenuous to say that it's not being under attack. But I'll also say that it's just not being valued, more than it being attacked because we diminish, uh, in terms of the value of the nuclear family, knowing that basically that's what this whole nation was kind of built off of, or just how kingdoms were built off of. Let's just keep it real. And uh, over time, as we kind of transition now, like to different decades and then more modernism, everything again, a lot of things that is now, you know, become more fluid to point that hey, anything is up for grabs, right? But with that fluidity comes also the invitation for dysfunction to come, which here we are right now, right? Um, Over time, you see these things about whether the value of man and woman, also the man covering woman and woman covering her children, that it seems as foreign, that seems as toxic. Um, Again, it just seemed just somewhat outdated. Um, and and to me, it breaks my heart because I kind of just see this as like in terms of benefits of having this nuclear family. But again, I think just as a not only just as a society, but just in our culture, we just diminish it to a point it has no meaning anymore.
All right, thank you, Jedi. Um, Cam, you gonna have to. Well, shout out to Amber, right? Cam, you're gonna have to pay Amber back, okay? Amber, Cam was saying Happy JB Day, which she calls Wednesdays JB Day because I have my
Every
show
Wednesday.
because I have my show on Wednesdays. My birthday is not my birthday is in August. So thank you for
This
the
is not
super
my
chat,
fault.
Amber. Thank you for the super chat. But I'm gonna get Cam to pay you back, okay? Because
This is not my fault.
you gonna have to pay them
See,
back, Cam.
you know what? And we thought you was different. You still can't take no accountability.
I say this every Wednesday.
Exactly, Amber. Exactly, Amber. Exactly.
I even clarified in the chat.
Yeah, you
Like
gonna
I
have to pay Amber back. Amber, no, see, you don't. Okay, whatever. Amber, put in the chat. Put in the chat. What percentage of that you want Cam to pay you back? All right. So
all right. Well,
let's
thank
go.
you.
Let's go to Cheeky. Cheeky, what do you think, Cheeky?
um, yeah, I think it's under attack. Reason being is because of the propaganda that's being pushed. And you said traditional nuclear family, so nothing today traditional is being pushed. As a matter of fact, the opposite is happening. Um, I'd be remiss to say there is no attack because if somebody, for example, you don't go to a elementary school dressed in drag with the intent not to attack something. And that's the problem. The problem that I have with the left and its propaganda is the infiltration of the home. Like you can believe what you want to believe, but don't force it into my home through my child, and don't force it into my home through your commercials or whatever the case may be. All right, because I don't care what you do, what you like. Like if you want to be married and you think this kind of way, then do that. I'm more libertarian in my approach when it comes to certain things because do what you want to do. As long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care. But the simple fact of the matter is it is affecting me, whether it be currently or in the long term. Same thing with like the whole body positivity thing, right? Julia Michaels did an interview with what's that left Jubilee, not Jubilee, whatever that left media group is. She sat down with one of the people and they was like, so what do you teach your kids about body positivity? And she's like, I don't. All right, like what happened was that lady revealed the true intent of the media, which is to get to your kids, to speak to your children, to start early. That's the whole reason behind a lot of these things, like critical race theory and anything involving children in education. The reason why they want so much power over it is because if you can influence the mind, you can influence the momentum or movement of something in the future. So yeah, no, there's definitely attack. I don't appreciate it. But if you wanna be whatever you want to be, just don't force me to call you something, and then don't force my child to be exposed to something that I don't want them exposed to. So yeah, I think it's under attack.
Those are some great answers. Yeah, I always be having thoughts, but I gotta remember it's not my turn yet. All right, Kim, what's up, Kim? What do you think?
Well, first I want to say thank you, Polar Bear. We appreciate you. Shout out to you and your super chat. Hey, Aaron, Captain Save him.
Aaron came up here to save the nuclear family.
Or was he up here to save the suspects?
Oh man.
I guess you're our resident light skin for some weird reason. I did not know you were of the lighter complexion. Anyways, yeah, so I think it's under attack, I guess, but I don't think it's under attack by maybe by others, but not as much as ourselves, right? We just, attack ourselves. I don't know what that's called, that's why maybe I'm thinking of it
Self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage, yeah, self-harm type of thing, because we're the ones who are saying no to marriage. I mean, I think that they're, I don't think that we have to be controlled by the media. I know the media is very powerful and things like that, but I think that we make the choice to consume certain things, even if it is all up in our face, especially like the hypersexuality and things like that, or the push for women to stay single longer. That is thrown in our face, but I think that as adults, we should be able to be discerning. I mean, we should be able to make our own decisions. And so I think at a certain point, you kind of just choose to go along with that narrative. You choose to fantasize about, living your best life until you're, 30, 35, and then imagining someone like Aaron just knocking at your door and saying, I'm ready now for you, So I really think it's more of like a self-sabotage thing rather than like outside influences. I think historically, I think there were like more outside influences as far as like policies, like welfare, really, and things like that. But nowadays, I really feel like it's us.
Okay. I got thoughts on that too. Aaron, what do you think, Aaron?
It's my turn? Okay. Well,
Yes, it is.
Is it attack? I don't think it's specifically attack on the nuclear family. I think it's an attack on families in general. I think the society is kind of designed, well, nowadays, to separate people, to individualize people, to no longer have group. Because what we found is all the powerhouses like America, Britain, etc., power comes through majority, through groups, through people united, right? And if we continue to segregate people, the more people are individualized, the less successful they are, the less monetary value they increase their life in, less everything as we continue to individualize society, right? And then if you want to look on more deeper in, men and women are no longer men and women. You can be anything. So at that point, you don't even look at it continue to build population. It's just like, it's just an attack in every direction. And I think specifically the nuclear family, I think this is not going to be a popular statement, but I think human beings have come to a point, this is going to get really bad, I know it's about to get bad, where they don't believe you're supposed to be with one person for the rest of your life. They no longer believe this theory. They think they've tried it and it's failed. And now people think that if I tried and don't work, then my life isn't over, I'm moving on. And that's kind of what you're seeing the breakdown in. Let's take a look at what the Currys. You see what's going on there? I mean,
my God.
I'm just
Lord have
saying,
mercy.
it's just
I
that's
rebuke.
you don't stop.
Wait, what?
You don't know?
Nothing
No.
bad happened. It's just payback. That's all. Just to get back.
Payback, revenge.
Wait,
He
can
didn't
someone
do
just
nothing
give me a
wrong.
quick?
It's
Should I
dirty.
Google it?
He didn't do
Should I look it
nothing,
up?
Cam. Ain't nothing.
It's
ain't no
not. It's
crazy.
not. It's not really that serious. But Aaron, I'm curious, Aaron. So do you think this about? Do you think that's humans in general? Or do you think that's Western society?
Well, it's prevalent in Western society, right? But as we continue to get, let's say, coverage even in other countries, you're starting to see, even like in the East and in other countries, you're seeing women get more power. You're seeing women can be driving in cars by themselves when originally they could not do these things. So you're seeing it continue to evolve more and more, which will cause more separation, more independency. And as you see independency happens, you'll notice that everything else falls to the bottom. Sacrifice is not happening between people. I'm not seeing, specifically our culture, unfortunately, I don't see the sacrifice that's necessarily required to sacrifice your whole freaking life so your children can get the best. We're not seeing that. They're like, I want to live my best life and my kid's going to figure it out. So it's not happening on a grand scale. And you're going to continue to see the breakdown of individualized society. Everything is about individuality. Everything.
So I can agree with that last point, but I do think it's specific to Western society. But wait, were you finished though? Because I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not going to belabor it. Listen, I'm not long-winded.
Oh God, y'all see that shade, right? Y'all see. All right, so let me touch on this. So I do think there's definitely an attack on the nuclear family. Specifically, again, we're talking about the traditional nuclear family here. And I think all of you guys touched on different points that I wanted to touch on, right? Oh God.
Thank you, Nurse Fancy.
I
This is not my fault.
Fancy. I think she's trolling us now because I'm pretty sure I saw her in the chat when we were saying that it wasn't really my birthday. But
You guys are still gonna blame me for this though? Like,
she might have stepped out though. Thank you, Nurse Fancy, but it's not my birthday. Okay, blame Cam. I'm gonna make her pay all y'all back because
hey,
all right, so yeah, so I do think there's definitely an attack, right? And one of there's multiple reasons why. Even something that Tina, I think it's Tina Campbell, right? She said earlier that I thought was interesting. She said, I don't believe in going as far as telling people what they should and shouldn't wear. Now, I think the libertarian part of me would probably agree with that, right? But here's one example of how I think the nuclear family is under attack. Right now we're in Rainbow Month, right? And you're seeing all these different marches and whatnot. And there's this one picture that I saw on the internet. And then if you look at this picture, I don't know if Jared would want me to show this on this platform, but I mean, to me, it's disgusting. And this woman on YouTube actually shared the photo on her community tab. But basically, it's a photo of like one of these marches, these rainbow marches, and this guy is literally basically just with his boxer briefs on, and you could literally see like his whole thing, right? And in that same picture, you can look on the side and you see like, children and their parents and stuff and whatnot. And like, it's a fascinating photo because of how disgusting it is and how this is apparently okay now, right? And I think it's gotten to the point where the connection that I think that has to the nuclear family is that we've gotten to the point where no one can check that group of people, right? No one can check them, because if you check them in any way possible, then immediately you're labeled something, right? So if a parent says, "Hey, I don't like the fact that this man is damn near naked walking out on the streets," and if you did that outside of this context, what would be the charge for that? Like I know there's a charge for that if you like just walking
Public indecency, but
exactly something like that, right? And
but
yet,
another example, just to touch on that too, but there was a transgender woman in the female locker room, balls swinging, and
yep,
couldn't do nothing about it.